I've just seen a new movie, or I think it's like a TV show or something, called Creature Commandos. Or at least I've seen clips from it. Okay, there have been scenes posted on Twitter. The first one was such an abomination. I'm not even going to speak of it until later in the video because it's YouTube. The other thing is, the island with Wonder Woman, where they only have women apparently. I guess if men are born, if male humans are born, right, little babies, they throw them out because it's like a feminist utopia. It was written by, originally made by a couple who were hardcore feminists, and Wonder Woman's weakness was being tied up because it was a bizarre thing for them. They were into it, it was just like a self-loathing male feminist and a feminist, a woman who was into this kind of stuff. Anyway, that's Wonder Woman. So they've done this thing where the men, the boys who grow up, they were raised by, I think, Hephaestus, somewhere on the island or near it or whatever. And so they've taken this group and they've made them a stand-in for not just what they consider misogynist, but it's men's rights activists. Men who, I guess, want to change some laws involving marriage that they think are unfair or something. They want to change, so I guess it's like men who complain about like certain things like marriage laws or circumcision. The men who used to complain about that online like 10 years ago before other people became popular, right? Not that that was ever very popular anyway, because nobody really gave a shit. That's what they're complaining about. Yeah, other countries, they've legalized marriage between men and children. I mean, like, very, very young. You can look that up if you want. Like 8-year-olds, okay? There are women who have to be covered up everywhere they're going, and of course the brave feminists in the West, right? People apparently working for James Gunn, the writers here, men's rights activists in the West. There's barely any anyway complaining about these things. That's their main concern. They're so brave to complain about this group of people. That's the rape your wit, the absurd amount of courage they have to complain about men's rights activists and to ignore everything else in the world because they don't want to ever upset the wrong groups or be called anything negative, Okay? So anything in Eastern countries, or all the way to India, it's not going to happen. But men's rights activists, and they have them talk like modern, they're supposed to be dude bros. It's supposed to be hilarious to you.
Cersei claims to be the rightful heir to the throne of the perhaps mythical, perhaps real, all-female island nation of Themyscira. Inside sources claim Cersei has promised the sons that once the downfall of Pokolistan is achieved, she will lead them to conquer Themyscira.
I mean, seriously, Themyscira is like the sickest place ever, and then you tell me, oh dude, only women can live there? What? That's so sexist, bruh.
Word is they have the most incredible waterfalls. I have this question for all the woke feminists out there. Why do only girls get such cool waterfalls? All over the world, our rights as men are being denigrated.
What a bunch of clowns.
Dangerous clowns. Pokolistan is a friend of the U.S.
Countries don't have friends.
After your decades in the military general flag, I think you'd understand that true friendship is built on petroleum deposits.
The writers are rape your wits. This is all hilarious to you. It has to be. So it's absolutely idiotic, this show. Fake activist progressive slop where they complain about nothing and they ignore any problems in the world. Anything that would actually be worth complaining, they won't. Because they're cowards. They're stupid. They're just bad people. And they're not very good writers on top of that. So when they do complain about stupid things, it's not even funny. They can't even try to make it funny. It's garbage. And if you can get past that, then they have a scene where Frankenstein's monster gets cooked. Okay? Frankenstein has sex with the bride of Frankenstein, who I guess they've made a character in this show. And it shows Frankenstein's monster crying. He's there watching Frankenstein have sex with the bride of Frankenstein. That's in this show, okay? This cartoon for, I guess, teenagers or whatever, whoever it's supposed to be for. Definitely not for kids. Not really for teenagers either. I probably wouldn't want, if I had a teenager, I wouldn't want them watching this weird, I guess there's propaganda, like weird leftist propaganda. And there's also weird NTR. They have just sex scenes, weird fetish things in the show, and that's the entire show. That's the garbage that they want people to watch. You're supposed to pay for this on HBO Max or whatever it's called. That's right, HBO Max, you know. This is the DC universe. This is the new DC universe. This is with James Gunn. This is the new thing he wants to make. And you're supposed to pay for a subscription to these websites and pay monthly to watch it. You're supposed to want to watch this. They have it where it's Wonder Woman or some other character who's pretty much Wonder Woman, you know, with magic or whatever. She's just punching the Bride of Frankenstein in the face, and then they're going to a flashback of her fucking Dr. Frankenstein while Frankenstein's, you know, the monster is being cucked and he's crying. And what the fuck does this have to do with anything? What the fuck? Why? What's wrong with, how hard is it to make like superhero cartoons? Is it that hard for anybody? Kids, teenagers, adults? Who wants to watch this? What age group is this for? I guess it's for like progressive 20-something-year-old women who hate men and I guess are extremely into Dr. Frankenstein. I don't know how do writers put strips like this out and people say, yeah, that's a good idea, let's spend a bunch of money on that? How does adult animation in Western countries, or just animation in general, how is it not working? How is it not making tons of money? I don't know. I wonder, why are people watching anime and reading all of this content from other countries while Western comics and animation isn't doing very good? How is it? It's impossible to understand. I don't know. How would people not want to pay for this? They're not watching this, really? They'd rather read Demon Slayer than whatever this shit is? They'd rather watch this new cartoon from Japan instead of whatever we're making because this is terrible garbage? Really? You don't want to pay for a subscription to watch this? I can't fathom this. Who wouldn't want to watch? Oh my goodness, we've made it for everyone. It's for everybody, baby. It's for everyone. The whole family. Or for adults, apparently. Nobody wants to watch this. The only reason I would ever possibly watch it is to bitch about it because it's such garbage, and I've been forced to see it on Twitter. This is worse than the political garbage I see. I had this, Jeff had to play like a couple times before I even understood what was even happening with her getting punched in the face and Frankenstein crying. What the hell is wrong with you people? And then the shitty fucking, the weird, it's like feminist stuff from a decade ago, okay? Bitching about MRA, men's rights activists and everything. Like, I don't know how to tell you, but in the world you've created, the story you've written, the Amazons aren't good people. They hoard all the magic on their island. They let other people, the rest of the world can go to shit. They don't care. And of course, they're not all actually warriors because they hide on an island. They don't actually go do anything. And then when a baby is born, they get rid of it if it's a male, if it's a boy. And you're supposed to think they're the good guys and that they're like the modern feminist people you're supposed to like so much, and the children are the evil villains? Who writes this? I don't understand. How can you have such terrible writing, and how do you spend money on this? And I've seen people saying, well, it looks like really, yeah, it's bad. It looks like slop. It's terrible. It's trash. You know, it's trash. It's just garbage. But you should keep watching it in case he complains about left-wing people or something, or maybe it'll balance out and it'll be really interesting and smart or something. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe there will be some cool fight scenes where they're not having NTR sex scenes. Where they're not, maybe there'll be some cool fight scenes where they're not just having sex during the fight scene, you know, there's no flashbacks to have, maybe it will. What are you talking about? It's done. It's trash. You'd only watch this to see how bad the show is going to actually be. You would not watch this because you think it's going to get better. It's already bad. This is stupid, garbage writing. And again, even the fight scenes, if you somehow could only watch the fight scenes and you didn't care about anything else happening in the story, I don't want to see these weird sex scenes and NTR things with Frankenstein crying while a woman's punching this other woman in the face. And I'm seeing flashbacks to her having sex with Frankenstein. What the hell? What is this? None of this is good. There's no level where this is good. Why do modern audiences apparently want this? I mean, they don't seem to exist because nobody watches these things, you know, they never make money. Things keep getting canceled. We see the numbers, the sales of comics, Western comics, it's really bad. While manga and everything is going way better than ever, even in Western countries. So we know people are willing to buy these things, but they also don't want to buy this garbage. And they just keep putting money into garbage. They didn't decide to just make anything good. They just said put James Gunn in charge of it and hope that pans out in a couple, like maybe a decade. What are you talking? It's like trash. It's how is it this bad? It's fucking ridiculous. And they did an isekai for DC, the DC thing, where the DC universe, where it's like what? I didn't even watch that. Nobody did. Nobody watched it. I don't even know if I want to do it to complain about it.